morning. Good morning, Angelia, Caragwin. Hi, Willow. Nice to see you here. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I'm getting a little late start. Now that Albert has a new schedule in the mornings, it's just a little bit of an adjustment. Oh, and my Kindle. And honoring Tara with some of the prayers from Prema Dasara's book and her dance of the 21 praises of Tara. I am here to manifest the wisdom that rests within. I am here to radiate my loving compassion into the world. I am here to gather the skills and the power to bless and empower all. I am here to manifest the wisdom that rests within. I am here to radiate my loving compassion into the world. I am here to gather the skills and the power to bless and empower all. I am here to manifest the wisdom that rests within. I am here to radiate my loving compassion into the world. I am here to gather the skills and the power to bless and empower all. The fundamental nature of my mind is pure. Within me is an inexhaustible source of love, wisdom, and power. The purpose of all spiritual practice is to reveal and make contact with this. When ignorance is removed, unlimited wisdom, compassion, and power arise. It is the mind's conditioning that limits understanding of who I am and what I can become. I will cleanse my mind of faults and develop beneficial qualities. This removes obstacles to my path and creates beneficial conditions. Recognizing the interconnectedness of all, I will strive to be my best, to manifest my enlightened potential, ever dedicated to benefiting all beings. I will think, speak, and act as Tara. And today, Tara is worthy of honor. Praise her whom Indra, Agni, Vayu, and Brahma, all the worldly gods, make offerings to her. Demons, depraved ones, and all harmful spirits bow in deep and complete surrender to her. In the Dharmic tradition, I appreciate that when we do ceremony, we honor the different types of guests We honor our deity guests. We honor the human guests. We honor the land spirit guests. And we also honor the lesser guests. Those are the negative forces that might be malicious or mischievous or difficult. And in the tradition, we make offerings to all of those types of guests as a form of hospitality. And you might think to yourself, well, why would you invite the demonic or lesser forces to your ritual? Aren't you trying to keep them out? In a way, you do want to keep them out of the ritual, which is why you make their offerings outside. And basically, you're saying, I understand that you exist. I understand that you see what's going on here and perceive that we've gathered for sacred ceremony. I understand that it is your nature to be difficult and to try to cause problems. Here, by all means, have your portion and please leave the rest alone. So when we hear things like Tara, the gods bow, the gods honor her, the demons bow to her, it's not actually saying that she is of a demonic realm. It's saying that she acknowledges the existence of all realms and she triumphs in all realms. And in all realms, she has respect. And how fitting that our card today is an imp, one of the 8 classes of demons. Choose positive thoughts that will chase away the devil. Apparently, today's teaching is about that whole subject. I'm going to show you. The imp is carrying a flag through the clouds. There's our little imp down there, carrying the banner through the clouds. Buddhism recognizes the fact that there are other energies and entities existing in the world that we can't see, but that do interact with us and affect us. In the highest sense of the word, demons are simply the projections of our own minds, our fears and hopes externalized and given power over us by our own accord. If you wrestle with it, you come under its spell. But if you acknowledge it while remaining calm and open, it passes right through you and doesn't stick. Spirits are the cause of dis-ease and natural disasters, good luck and bad luck. They are the source of Charlie Brown's friend's Pigpen's little black cloud, and they're the reason a person may see everything like Christopher Robin's friend Eeyore does, a bit sad and gray. Some demons are parasitic and feed off of negative emotions, and so they encourage us to have them. But some are benevolent and can emit the faint scent of flowers and streams of positive, happy thoughts that waft through the air or cause a shower of blossoms to fall. During the 7th to 9th centuries, there was an attempt to classify these energies. The list has changed over the centuries, but it is still known as the 8 classifications of demons, or the impure manifestations of the 8 types of consciousness. A few examples are Sadags, those are the titans or guardians of the upper realms. Maras, obstacle creators. Rahula, the force behind eclipses that brings on adversity or obstacles. Terang, imps that move household objects and make children sick. Rakshasas, or demons. Yakshas, or tricksters. Mamos, or ogresses or demonesses. That's typically like the witches. Yakshas, or nagas, water and earth spirits that live in trees, rocks, and waterways. These can all be friendly or antagonistic according to how you treat their home. When we do the chut practice that was mentioned the other day when Machik Lepdron came up and we were talking about the 11th century mystic, Tibetan mystic Machik Lepdron. When we do the chut practice, what we're essentially doing is feeding these 8 classes of demons with our own body. A quote from Machik Lapdrong goes like this, and it maybe will make more sense to you if you hear this quote. You can say 1,000 times, save me, or you can say once, devour me. The anxiety and sorrow with which we find ourselves beating ourselves against the wall of obstacles, difficulties, interruptions, obstructions, that actually ends up often making us feel even more dug down into the mire of that challenge, that obstruction, or that difficulty. So it's almost like a difficulty appears. Our reaction to that difficulty spikes an energy. That energy affixes to the difficulty. Now the difficulty is itself plus our energy. We perceiving that this difficulty has grown stronger, spike our energy again. It affixes itself to the obstacle. And now the obstacle is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And we are feeling more and more powerless within it, more desperate in the face of it, more challenged. And now we might lose hope, or we might lose fortitude or determination and feel like we cannot overcome this obstacle no matter what. It's just there. There's nothing we can do. So that's, so that then every time we're crying out, save me from this obstacle, help me, save me, it strengthens the obstacle because the obstacle itself has a gravity to it that will attract and bind the life force that we're feeding it. Whereas if we encounter an obstacle and we just go, okay, I guess that must be happening for a reason, and I don't need to know what that reason is right now. I'm going to just try to either conform to the obstacle or change my plans, or for me, I'm going to try to sit with the obstacle and see what happens and be open to the idea that either the obstacle will remain and I'll find a way around it, or a way around it will be shown to me, or that the obstacle will dissolve if I don't give it attention or energy. That that to me has been the most effective tactic, to just say, okay, have it. Have at it. Go ahead, obstacle. Go ahead, lesser force that wants to obstruct me. In what way might you be my teacher? And in the past, I've talked about these things called obstacle miracles, where it's an obstacle, but somehow it's also a miraculous situation. And there's a positive, positive situation that comes of it. And sometimes when we face an obstacle, we don't know if we're facing an actual obstacle or an obstacle miracle. So today, let's pay attention to our obstacles, to, like Natalie says, listening on my way to Florida. Awesome. If you encounter any traffic, trust the traffic. If you're finding yourself in, a plan to do something today and it just doesn't work out the way you wanted it to, or it's taking longer than you think it should, trust it. Trust the obstacle and see if the obstacle might actually be an obstacle ally or an obstacle miracle. before you judge the obstacle as necessarily being bad. It might not be bad. It might actually serve a higher purpose. But in your reaction to it, the more you dig down into the feeling that that obstacle is bad, the more likely it is to become bad. So, not going to let any imps derail us today. We're going to meet them and greet them and say, "Oh, you look a little tired. Maybe you'd like a glass of water. Let's both have a glass of water and then see what happens." That's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. So now let's dive in with 3 prostrations before the shrine of Guanyin. And interestingly, I will tell you, when I was shuffling the cards, right before I drew the imp card, a little, I don't even know what it was, but some little sharp thing somehow was amongst the cards, and when I went to pick the card, it poked me in my finger. Like, it drew a little bit of blood, not a lot, but just like it's a tiny little spot. But it was like prick and then imp. I'm gonna have to kind of go through here today with a little bit of smoke offerings and see if we can't hospitably encourage this imp to move on. Oh my gosh, Kerrigan said, I hit a curb at 25 miles per hour today. I hope you're okay and that the car is okay and that in it there's no damage, but just a good lesson of, awareness, or, you'll know what the challenge is and what the lesson is from this now that we're here. So if you figure it out while we're chanting, let us know, Caragwin. And for me, I think that I've been told I need to vacuum my shrine room here. So, all right, 3 prostrations. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention. A person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And happy to report that I saw that Ken came through his surgery yesterday well, is on the road to recovery, and that B's daughter is responding well to the medications, and one of the twins is now off of the respirator. So ongoing energy to those folks, plus anybody else who's struggling today. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. Let's make our offerings. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahong. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, calling on Guan Yin to help reveal to us where any little imps might be in our lives and to help us figure out how we're going to hold space and gently escort them into the proper place in our lives where our obstacles become our teachers and help us to refine our path rather than digging us down into further emotional and mental states that block our path. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin 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 Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin 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 Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. And our brief practice for Tara for long life. Lume chosum chidang jetsun ma galyum pakma drome jintuyi daki sisu paljor nyandraknam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu kepar kache wantang lungta nam nyampa soshin chetu gawalong chije likpe lamdu drowadang setting nime dadang denjur shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan merit prosperity and renown, increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtong and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume choksum chidang jetsun ma galyum pagma drome jintu yi daki sisu pelchor nyandraknam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu kepar kache wangtang lungta nam nyampa soshing chetu gawalong chije lekpe lamdu drowa dang sering nime dadang denjur shi. And 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out beneficial energies to all who are in need of cleansing, clearing, understanding, and rearranging of energies today so that they are not plagued by those destructive imps or those obstacle demons. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. So today we're going to identify what are those impish little obstacles in our lives, and rather than digging down into negative feelings about them, we're actually going to instead find that sort of warm neutrality, sort of neutral on the side of warm. Oh, there you are, an obstacle, a difficulty, an unforeseen difficult circumstance. I'm going to just go ahead and see if you'd like a glass of water, and I'm going to have a glass of water, and then I'm going to just sort of see what happens. I'm not going to automatically get into a reaction about you. Instead, I'm just going to observe, and from there, I'll make a decision about how to act. All right. See you tomorrow. Have a good one.